In today's video, we're going to be testing the new Odyssey Jailbird square to square zero torque putter, and I cannot wait for this one. I'm a massive Odyssey fan. I've used Odyssey most of my playing life, and when they said they were bringing a zero torque putter out, I had to do this video. So when we're talking zero torque putters, lab is always going to be in the equation. So I brought a lab DF3 putter. We're going to have a little bit of a, look at both these putters side by side. And firstly, just have a look at, what a zero torque putter is. So the only brand to send me a revealer, Dan, is Lab, which, let's be honest, it's just a piece of metal. It doesn't really know what putter's going in it, does it? No. So we're going to stick the Lab putter in here first of all, just to sort of demonstrate what we're looking for. So we're going to spin this putter around, and it sort of doesn't go back home, does it, as such? It just sort of stops where it wants to stop. And if we put it into a position to play, when we stroke that putter back and through, and I can do it long, it doesn't move, does it? It stays square to the path.
You can also hold it.
And if I stop it, it stays square to the path, and stop, it stays square to the path. So we can agree on that. We're firstly just going to have a look at how good the Odyssey one is, and whether that is doing the same. I mean, we're no sort of putter experts by any means, but we've done a lot of research on zero torque. It's hot topic at the minute. And I think one of the tests we need to sort of just have a look at is the toe up technology, don't we? The corrective torque, because I think there is a bit of confusion when we start talking about zero torque, they feel like, what would you say? It's like there's no movement at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I perceive no torque.
Yeah.
The face is not going to move.
But it does actually have a little bit of corrective torque to keep the putter face square to path. So let's pop this one in here. So let's see what happens when we spin this one. I mean, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? It's not sort of returning to...
No, similar to Lab at this point.
I don't know, it is returning sort of face up quite a bit, no? I think it's pretty much same as Lab there. Now when we put it into a stroke, let's see what happens. So it's a little bit off balance, isn't it? It's kind of
just see the toe moving, it's opening face, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, it's like
closing.
It's not as bad as a standard putter though,
no,
is
I mean, we've definitely seen worse.
It's definitely like very minimal in sort of torque.
So you can see, it opens on way back and then it closes on way through, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's very little. So I don't think we could say it's zero torque.
My understanding, no.
From my understanding, I'd say no on that one. So the next test we're going to talk about is the toe up test. So when we've got a can of pop, or a can, and we sort of put that putter there, it should return. This is what we call corrective torque. So this is what I don't think people understand when we're talking zero torque putters. So this putter now, if we just brace it there, will correct and move. Sort of, you see how it's gone square. So if I put it back there again, it's going to swing around a little bit and it's going to fall. And it should rest square. We put that box there just as a reference. So yeah, I would say that's bang on square, would you? To the box. I don't know if you can see from your angle, Dan.
It's tough to tell, but it looks square to me.
Oh, I mean, God, it's definitely square. That one's, can you see how that's a little bit open? Not much.
I mean, you say not much, but that's massive. That's a lot.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll just do it that way. So that one's resting a little bit open. So I would say it's relatively toe up to a certain degree, isn't it? Yeah. But I guess this is where, we're talking about a putter. Are these about 249, 279?
Yeah, 250, aren't they? Yeah.
250. So probably like, this is a putter that's a bit more mass made. So it's incorporating almost like toe up technology. It's incorporating zero torque technology, but not 100%. I think
there's going to be. I think we've seen from some videos, haven't we? When they're in revealer, they tend to move differently.
Yeah.
Which some have more, some have less. Which I think
probably, obviously, when we're talking lab putters and we're talking $600 to $800, you're talking about something that's potentially handmade,
Well,
isn't it?
they're all handmade labs, so that's the difference.
Every putter is made individually, whereas I would imagine with Odyssey to be able to bring them to market at that price, they're being produced in mass, aren't they? So each putter might just vary a fraction. So I think if you're one of them golf, you know, geeks, or you're a nerd, well, a bit like us really, and you want ultimate zero torque, then obviously lab is still going to be the one. But if you're looking for something more on a budget, more at an affordable price point, then, you know, we'll leave it for you to decide. But let's try this putter. Now, I'm somebody that's been using a completely zero torque putter for 5 or 6 weeks now, and I think if you've tried a zero torque putter, you'll agree when you first pick one up, there's a massive difference in feel between a normal putter. And if you've not tried one yet, you'll be critical, because I think we were, before we tried one, we were like, how much difference can it actually make? But once you've tried one, you'll know what we mean. What I would say, sorry, I'm backtracking here a little bit, but I picked this putter up before it even came out. I weren't allowed to test it, but when I picked it up, it was the closest feeling to my lab putter that I've felt. Out of all the zero torque putters, this were the closest one. When I initially picked it up, I was like, ooh, that feels like my lab. I love the feel of it. It's got, I mean, I've used Odyssey putters for a long time, haven't I? So I feel.
How would you describe it? Soft?
I feel at home with it. I feel it's like, you know, I think this Jailbird look as well, it's a real nice look for sort of trying to get the putter square on the way, but I like to try to get the putter straight back and through. I know we're going to have a little bit of an arc naturally, but I think I love the look of it when I put it down. It feels really nice. I mean, for the greens we play on in the UK, I feel like it comes off at a nice weight that you've not got to sort of force it.
Sounds quite soft.
Do you know what I think it's lacking?
Go on.
A press grip. Because I'm putting it behind the ball and I feel like I'm having to sort of lean the handle forward. If I put that in a natural, because I've got used to obviously having a press grip.
Yep.
If I put that in a neutral position, which I just think is there, it's like a chipper. So I'm kind of forced into now, I mean, to lean the handle forward a little bit.
I mean, that'll be interesting on longer putters when you're having to hit.
Yeah. So I feel like I've got to almost keep the handle pressed forward like this. I'm trying to sort of keep it pressed rather than sort of just swinging the putter. I think if I swung the putter, I'd chip it.
Yeah.
I mean, let me just test that. So if I just use my stroke that I've got used to using, and I let the putter sort of like just release. That's probably a bit of an exaggeration.
No, but it jumped 100%, yeah. It
probably overhit though, because I was trying to sort of swing, not got used to the weight of it.
That's what I'm saying on the longer putters. I mean, this is a fairly short putt.
Shall we just do a longer one then?
Yeah. We're only looking for reaction at ball, aren't we?
I'll play 2 strokes. I'll play my stroke without adapting to the putter. So I would like to set up in the middle with the hands just neutral and then release the putter. I mean, I could have it there and I'd see. So we're talking about my position's middle. I know some people play forward. It wouldn't really make much difference, but what I'm saying, I'm not used to pressing the handle forward. So we're going to play it where the back of the shaft is just on the back edge of the golf ball, what I would normally do, which I don't think this putter's designed for, and play a longer stroke. It chipped, didn't it?
Yeah, it jumped.
So I think if you're going to bound these putters, you've got to adapt into having a little bit more of a press in your strokes. I'm not trying to make this putter look silly. I'm basically trying to educate you guys, if you're buying one, is that you're going to need to learn how to press your hands forward, and I think keep them pressed forward so you don't deliver too much loft. So press forward. That rolled perfect, didn't it? And I think we probably discovered something that the Odyssey is going to offer, I reckon, in their next offering, or at some point this season. I could almost guarantee there'll be a press grip in their selection.
If not.
So I think first impressions, Dan, this is the closest zero toe putter to lab that we've found so far.
Yeah, they seem to have got closer than the others, although not quite there yet.
They're
But
not quite there yet, and I think, but you know what? I mean, it's a different price point, isn't it?
yeah, you've got to bear that in mind. It's off price.
And I don't think there's anything that's stopping anyone from maybe looking at sort of lab grips, potentially going down that route and
If
putting
that's
a
gonna help them,
free
yeah.
press or a two press on. I certainly couldn't use this putter with that grip on. I'd have to rectify that with a press grip.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's definitely something that I would buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to appeal to a lot of people at that price, isn't it?
It definitely, because you've got some zero toe technology in there.
Yep.
You've got some toe up technology in there. You know, I think we've obviously shown that it's not perfect, but there's some technology in there. And I think if you can get used to pressing it forward, or you put a press grip on there, I think you've got a reasonable putter for 249.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I mean, obviously, if we're going to put it head to head against the lab,
Which we're going to do.
which we can do, yeah. I think you're looking at a putter in two different markets, aren't you?
The different price.
So I know we've talked a lot about zero torque in this video, and it's not entirely about that, Dan, is it, really? I mean, let's, you know, first have a look about the look of the putter. You know, I think that's very, very attractive. It's definitely something that, you know, I'd enjoy and put in my bag.
Yeah.
You know, it feels very nice. I think we've certainly can say, like, distance control-wise, with that inserting, you've got a lovely feeling putter, which I'm enjoying using. And I think price point wise is very attractive.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say Odyssey's made a fantastic putter with the AI1 Jailbird square to square, and it's one that you definitely can't overlook if you're in the zero torque category. I mean, it looks great, it feels great, it's a nice price point, and I think we will do a bit more tests on this one because it's definitely the closest we've found to lab, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think we're definitely going to have to put that head to head, maybe get on the Sam lab, get Sam from Golf Repairs due to sort of give us his opinion on things as well. But yeah, first impressions, well done Odyssey, great putter.
Yeah.
Guys, hope you're enjoying the videos. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.